Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to Find Music. There's the music. And this is episode 102. Interesting that it would end in a 2 because as you can see on the screen already, Jim wants to discuss something that ends in a 2. I better let him do it. Go ahead, Jim.
It's virtual playlist number 72. Of course, we're not going in numerical order, so I reserve the right to play with the number system.
This is easy.
I graduated from high school. It's hard to believe that it was 50 years ago, half a century. Holy cow. 1972 prices here. A gallon of regular gas was 36 cents. I could fill up my 1972 Ford Pinto for less than $4. A dozen eggs, 2 cents. A gallon of milk, $1.20. First class stamp was 10 cents. Cost of a new home was averaged about $30,500. Movies that came out in 1972: The Godfather, The Poseidon Adventure, Malcolm X, Cabaret, and Lady Sings the Blues. In terms of rock and roll music, these aren't the only songs that came out in 1972, of course. Albums anyway. And these are just the albums that I remember listening to at the time.
50 years ago.
If you go to my website, which is recursivemultimedia.com, you click on the link to virtual playlists and you scroll down, you'll get to virtual playlist number 72. And you can click on these icons here, the musical note, and it'll take you to a wiki link. There's a Wikipedia entry about that album. Here we have Alice Cooper, School's Out, the album cover here.
Got no class.
Got no principles.
Can't even think of the words that rhyme.
Yeah.
Okay.
There we go.
That was the first cassette I ever bought.
Really? School's Out.
School's Out.
Cool.
So I didn't get the item inside the record that I heard about.
Yeah, I
love. You heard about that? That there was an free item inside the record?
Was there?
That's what I heard. I don't know if it's true.
I remember. I know somebody that I could ask though, but not right now.
But it meant packaging. There, look at number 1 on packaging for Alice Cooper. We'll see if I'm right.
Yeah, there you go. All right.
Yeah.
Packaging.
Scroll down a bit.
Digital album cover designed by Craig Braun had the sleeve opening in the manner of a wooden school desk. Okay. Similar to Think School Stinks.
And inside was?
Inside was, the vinyl record inside was wrapped in a pair of panties. Wow. Although this was later discontinued as the paper panties were found to be flammable. Okay. What's the wrong with that? I mean, isn't the record jacket itself flammable? I don't know.
Well, I didn't know because I bought the cassette. So.
Oh, there you go.
My loss.
It didn't come with a little tiny pair of panties.
Didn't.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
Yeah, it was a good album. I liked every song on that album.
Yeah, me too. So we got School's Out by Alice Cooper. We got the Allman Brothers Eat a Peach, an album which I still love today. David Bowie's Ziggy Stardust. That's not the complete title of the album. I think it's The Rise and Fall of Ziggy Stardust and the Spiders from Mars.
Yeah.
Jackson Browne, which the actual title of that album, his first album, is Jackson Browne. A lot of people make the mistake because of calling it Saturate before using. I think.
He was in concert just last night.
He was in concert last night at the Greek Theater, and I know.
Yeah.
Yep.
Jerry Garcia went to go see him.
Who did?
Jerry Garcia.
Oh, okay, good.
The poet.
I have friends that went to see him here in San Diego at Humphreys this past week, and I got in and got some pictures of him during his sound check.
Awesome.
Prior to the concert. We've got Captain Beefheart, one of my favorites, his album Clear Spot. Another album that's, in my opinion, every song is good. Deep Purple, Machine Head. I included the Doors Full Circle on here because I remember listening to the album, but that's the first album that the Doors put out without Jim Morrison. To my thinking, that was pretty disappointing. The Eagles' first album, great songs on that album. Let's take a look and see if we can remember all of them here. There's the cover. Let's see what there we go. Take It Easy, Witchy Woman, Chug All Night, Most of Us Are Sad, Nightingale, Train. This is a great album.
3 big singles.
Yep. Pretty cool album. This guy, Jack Timpson, lives right down the street from me, right here in Encinitas.
Yeah, we were talking about that guy the other day.
He's a good guy. one day he was, you'll see him around town sometimes. And one day when this little establishment called the E Street Cafe was open, I drove by there and I saw him sitting out in front on the sidewalk playing his guitar. And I just yelled at him, write a song, write a song. And he just goes, I'm too lazy. So I came back, sat with him, and he wrote this little lyric called I'm Too Lazy. I don't know what happened to it. I don't know where it is.
Well,
But, if he ever decides to share royalties with me on anything like that, I would be very happy. But I'll be happy anyway, either way. But he's a good guy. What else we got?
click on his name for a second.
Click on his name. Okay.
Jack's name, because you're going to
There we go. Boink.
think the public needs to know there's more about him than just those two songs.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Let's see. He's got a whole lot of musical credits that people wouldn't ordinarily know about. And you know what, Don? In my opinion, he has the perfect kind of fame because he's really well known with.
Look who he's toured with. Wow. That's quite a bunch of people. Songwriters Hall of Fame. I think you froze, Jim. We have technical difficulties.
There we go.
There we go.
Where did I leave off? Did it get to the lettuce head being picked off the table? Had a lettuce?
No. And we were just, I was just mentioning that he had toured with so many great artists and was in the Songwriters Hall of Fame. That's it.
Oh, yeah.
Move on.
I don't know if I didn't get to this. I guess it didn't. My power cut out or something.
There was a you froze, and I was like, scared.
But anyway, I was at the Sprouts Market here in Encinitas one day, and he's at the produce table picking a head of lettuce off the produce table.
Oh yeah,
and
we got the story.
And the song comes, Peaceful Easy Feeling comes on the store intercom, and I wondered what that's like. So I walked over to him and said, "Hey, what's that like?" And he goes, "What?" And I go, "Yeah, this is your song right on the intercom." And he goes, "Oh, I think I just made 76 cents." He's just kind of a cool guy.
Adds up.
Good comment. So we got a lot of Smuggler's Blues, The One You Love, I Found Somebody, Sexy Girls. I mean, these are song credits. These are songs that he's written. I mean,
some of their most popular songs, some of their most streamed songs.
Yep. And not all of solo albums. There you go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 solo albums. There you go. Ooh. I think he's had another one out since 2017 too. But he plays around town sometime, and if you ever get a chance to see him, I've seen him at the Fret House in Covina, which is just east of West Covina. Fret House has a basement, a guitar store, but there's a basement, and they have concerts there sometimes. It was Jack Tempchin solo. He's a great storyteller too. He's really funny. So if you ever get a chance to see him in person, do that. You won't regret it. What else we got here on virtual playlist number 72?
But I'm not seeing the playlist.
Oh, you can't see it now? Oh, I gotta share.
No, it's not being screen shared.
Okay, this power's cut out. Froze me. Okay, there we go. How's that? Nope. You see it?
There it is.
There we go. So then Fleetwood Mac, Bare Trees, and this is the Fleetwood Mac before Lindsey Buckingham and Stevie Nicks joined, and I think they joined in 75, if I'm not mistaken. Kinks, Everybody's in Showbiz. If you haven't heard or seen a Kinks concert live, that is a rock and roll band. They sometimes come across in their records as kind of mellow, but they're not mellow in person, I'll tell you that. Little Feat, Sailing Shoes, another one of my favorite Little Feat albums. Harry Nilsson, Schmilsson. Okay, now that's a mistake. It was Son of Schmilsson came out in 1972. Schmilsson came out the year before, so I have to. That's the way it goes. Rolling Stones. Oh, I thought I was perfect before that, but I guess not. Exile on Main Street, great album. Roxy Music's first album there. Steely Dan, Can't Buy a Thrill. Like, look at the songs on that album.
Only a fool would say that.
I know. Ricky, if Ricky didn't lose that number, it wouldn't be a problem. Oh, wait a second. She didn't lose the number yet. only a fool would say that, but they always do it again, right? Dirty Work is a great song. Every song on this album is great.
Fire in the Hole. Love that song.
Turn That Heartbeat Over Again. I don't know. It didn't get a lot of airplay, but
Midnight Cruiser.
Midnight Cruiser. Yep. Dirty Work is a great song.
Change of the Guard, even.
What's that?
I like Change of the Guard.
Oh yeah. Yeah, they're all good.
Mhm.
They're all good. I got to see them in concert in I think it was 1974 at the Long Beach Arena with Jefferson Starship or Airplane. I can't remember what they were called in those days, but Grace Slick was impressive vocalist. Holy cow. She came out, she was the boss with the hot sauce, let me tell you.
Dragonfly came out in 74.
Did it?
Yeah.
It was right then. It was right then. Another treat during that concert was Papa John Creech on violin or
violin. Yeah.
T-Rex, the Slider, right? Mark Bolan. Great stuff. 10 years after, rock and roll music to the world.
That's the song that opened Live Aid.
What was it called?
The song Rock and Roll Music to the World was played to open Live Aid in 1985. Really? It was played by Slade.
Oh, Slade.
Yeah, they played.
Original heavy metal kind of guy. Yeah. Slade. War, The World is a Ghetto. Edgar Winter Group, They Only Come Out at Night. That's got some great songs on it.
That's a great album.
Mary Shelley did not write. The instrumental, Frankenstein. And
much more. Every song on that album is great.
Yep, I agree.
No clunkers on that album. Buy it.
And then another album that I was listening to at the time, during my early Frank Zappa days, Wacka-Jawacka. And that's not for the squeamish. Some of that album is not for the squeamish, as some of the Zappa songs could be a little bit racy. But there's the album cover. Hot Rats. Really interesting, long cuts, jazz fusion sort of thing. One whole side, 17-minute song, Big Swifty, great fun. Your mouth is your religion. You put your faith in a hole like that? Come on. That's might be a one-shot deal. And then Wacka-Jawacka, another lengthy cut on that album.
Those musicians.
Oh yeah. Oh, if you ever had a chance to see Zappa and the Mothers of Invention, he was a big band leader. I mean, that played rock and roll music and jazz fusion, all kinds of different genres that, and let's see, where's Ruth Underwood? Ruth Underwood's not on there. I don't see her on there, huh?
Ainsley Dunbar on washboard.
Ainsley Dunbar. George Duke on the keyboard. Great musician. Sneaky Pete, pretty famous guy on pedal steel guitar. Don Preston. Okay. Erroneous. I don't know who that is. But, over the years, man, look at the number of musicians that played with Frank Zappa's band, and apparently he was a pretty demanding band leader. And
look at that chart position.
There you go, 152. Not bad, not bad. I don't know if he ever made it into the top 100 or the top 10.
He's not mainstream, to put it mildly.
Oh no, even he and I. The time that I saw him and Captain Beefheart together at Claremont Little Bridges Auditorium, which is a great place to see a concert, by the way. That was the Bongo Fury tour, and
he did have a top 10 single with his daughter.
Which was Valley Girl.
Right.
Yeah. Gag Me with a Spoon, right?
Years later, yeah.
Moon Unit. There you go. So that's 1972. That's the stuff I was listening to the year I graduated from high school. And it seems like a time ago, and it was.
50 year, half a century.
Yep. Yeah. So that's my contribution for episode 102.
I'll be happy to join in. Let's see. I have this little feature on my media player. If you take off your screen share, I'll do a little sharing.
Oh, do. Well, hold on a second.
Okay, don't take that out of context, please.
Hang on a second. Stop share. Boop, there we go.
Two. Yes, I'm gonna hit my Wayback Machine for 1972. And just see if I got anything. That was my first year of junior high. So
Alhambra, California.
no, I went to junior high. I grew up in Monterey Park.
Okay.
Monterey Park. Okay.
Home of Garvey Ranch Park.
Oh yes. The original telescope.
Where you can play baseball in a reservoir.
All right. So these are all 1972s, I think. Based on artists, not just albums. I could do albums.
Blue Oyster.
Maybe that would be more
On
meaningful.
Feet or on Your Knees. I think that was a cut on that album.
No, that's not.
1972. When I was a senior in high school.
Hold on. We got to
writing for the school newspaper at Linwood High School. And when we figured out that we could write to record companies and tell them we would do music reviews, they would send us free albums. That was great.
Kudos to you. Hey, all the young dudes, 1972.
Not the Hoople.
And just today, I discovered Black Widow. Have you heard of Black Widow?
No.
Just today. They were a goth rock band. They did a lot of songs in praise of the Dark Lord. Really good rock songs, though. In fact, it was a kind of Alice Cooper territory. Yeah. I highly recommend it to any Alice Cooper fans. Just discovered it myself today. Okay, brothers and sisters. Can't Buy a Thrill, Catch a Bullet 4. Good old Cat Stevens. Chicago 5, monster hit. Little Herbie Hancock there. What else? Oh, Alex Taylor. You heard of Alex Taylor?
What's that?
Alex Taylor is James Taylor's older brother. James Taylor's older brother. And James Taylor wrote a few songs for him for this album. So on this album, this is actually his second album. The first album, he sounds a little bit more like his brother. The second album is more like Southern rock.
Oh, interesting.
And highly recommend it. I just discovered that maybe last week. Didn't know about it.
Oh, yes, Fragile. That's something that you're familiar with.
Hold on. Let's get down there.
Look at that. I
was going to talk about Everybody's in Showbiz, but you got that. Hey, Foxtrot by Genesis came out in 72. Fragile by Yes, 72. And Blood, no, that's not new. That's greatest hits. Move on.
Harold and Maude. That movie came out in 72.
That was not an official album.
Right. He did this. Cat Stevens did all the soundtrack, I think.
Yeah, but it's from his two earlier albums. Yeah. Pictures at an exhibition, Emerson Lake and Palmer.
Oh, there you go. Smoking, Humble Pie right there.
Smoking. Something Anything, Todd Rundgren. Oh, yep. Wow, that's a great double album.
Great album.
I bought it new then. Seventh Sojourn, The Moody Blues. Another great album. Sparks' first album came out that year. They were called Half Nelson. Then they changed it to Sparks.
Ron Russell Mael.
And the Doobie Brothers, Toulouse Street. Another fine album. And ELP had two albums that year, Trilogy. And that obscure fellow I've discussed before, Willis Allen Ramsey, the one-hit wonder that he was.
What was his one hit?
I was hoping you'd ask that. You just click on it.
Let's see.
Muskrat Candlelight.
What?
Yeah, you know that one?
No.
They changed the title to Muskrat Love.
Oh, okay.
And it was a hit for a couple of that's right, Captain Tennille and America.
Went to be the founder of the Surf Punks, I think.
No, but his version is the best. It's the folkiest. It's not pop, it's folk. Really great album.
Willis Allen Ramsey.
All right, but some of these people are not with us anymore. Yeah. All right, I just had, see, I threw in my 2 cents
Nice.
because that was junior high. I started listening to music when I was 10 in 1970, really seriously. Listened to the radio, HJ, and record off the radio all the hits, try to get the DJs out.
Those were the days when you would stack records on each other and let the record changer continue to play the stack of 45s, right?
Well,
Yeah.
you could do that, yeah, with regular albums too.
Did you have a Kenner
If you
close
had a
and play?
changer. Sorry?
You have a Kenner close and play? It was a little portable record player.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
No. I'm afraid 50 years ago is a little too far to remember the brand. But it was a component system. In other words, all separate, right? You had the record player, you had the tuner,
Amp tuner, yeah.
the tuner, and the cassette deck.
Yeah.
Big speakers.
But you'd have to go get them at Pacific Stereo.
Or University Stereo down the street.
Yeah.
That's where I used to go in Pasadena, University Stereo. Out of business since 1970, whatever.
Yep.
Yeah, Pacific stayed around a little longer. Well, we had a fun going down memory lane there, 1972. Thank goodness there's no such thing as a time machine other than in our heads. Right? I've been there. No need to go back. I can reminisce. Thank you, Jim. Hey, that was a luxurious episode 102, everybody. Done. Reaching for the stop. There we go.